Good morning, it's 10 a.m. Eileen, could you begin the recording? Good morning, everyone. My name is Hai Vu. I'm the Vice Chair of the Awards Committee, standing in for Stephen Dotz this morning. I would like to call the February 2nd, 2023 awards meeting to order. We have a physical quorum present, represented by Hai Vu, Ricky Erickson, Cindy Edgar, who is representing Stephen Dotz, and Laura Shepis. On WebEx, we have Joe Orfano. OGC is represented by Rebecca Levy, and Budget is represented by Stephanie Milley. I would like to note there is no one in the room for public comment. Eileen, have we received any emails?
No, sir.
No emails, and if there is anyone on the phone who would like to speak. Okay, please note there's no one on the phone, no public comments today. On today's regular agenda, we have items 1 through 5 and 7 through 11. Item 6 is deferred. The items have been reviewed by Procurement and Budget and are ready for the Awards Committee review. I will pass it over to Heather Beard, Manager of Procurement and Contract Administration, to walk us through each item before we ask for a motion. Heather?
Hi, good morning, everyone. I guess we'll start with award number 1, which is the agenda from last week. If there's no questions or concerns on the agenda from last week, I'll ask for a vote from the committee.
Yeah, the minutes.
Is that? Yeah, the
Minutes from last week.
award item number 1 is the minutes from the last meeting.
So
Right.
move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion to have a move from Rick Erickson and second by Cindy Edgar. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion is adopted.
Okay.
Hand over to you, Heather, for item number 2.
Okay, award item number 2. This is a contract increase extension to the contract JEA currently has for fleet services, wrecker, and towing services. The contract is with Southern Wrecker and Recovery LLC, and we're requesting an increase in the amount of $44,053.51. And we're also asking, and the request is also to extend the original term of the agreement by another month to allow for procurement to put a new solicitation on the street to rebid these services. There's the request for the increase in funding in wrecker and porter services. The increase is attributed to back order of new fleet assets, increasing wear and tear of existing assets. And so JEA is going to do a new solicitation for wrecker and porter services and should have that on the street and awarded by June. Any questions or concerns on
Yeah,
this one?
so this one's just basically running out and just has to be rebid, is that correct?
Correct. And we're just buying another month to be able to put the documents together, get the estimates together for what's needed for the next term of the agreement. If no questions or concerns, I'll pass it to Hai for a vote from the committee.
Thank you, Heather. May I get a motion to approve award item number 2?
Joe
So
Orfano,
moved.
Simmons.
I have a motion by Laura Shepis, second by Joe Orfano. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion is adopted. Hand it back to Heather for the next item.
Okay, thank you. Award number 3, this is another contract increase for the SFF 6 gas circuit breakers. The current contract is with GE Grid Solutions LLC, formerly known as Alstom Grid LLC. The contract increase that's being requested is $1,440,000, $440,000, 101.50. Sorry about that. For a new total amount of $5,999,401.50. The request is to add funds for capital projects to allow continued use through the original term, which expires in October 2024. The original award amount was based on historical usage and budget estimates available at the time of the award. The contract has price adjustments allowable at the time of order, placement based on Bureau of Labor statistics, at which point prices are fixed through delivery. It should be noted the term-based services contracts are typically not funded for the latter years of the contract, and should additional work develop during the contract term, or should JEA elect to renew the contract, additional funding may be required. Additional increases will be processed through the awards committee as necessary. Any questions or concerns on this one? Hearing none, I'll pass it to High for a vote to the committee.
Thank you, Heather. May I get a motion to approve award item number 3?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
I have a motion by Ricky Erickson, a second by Cindy Edgar. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion is adopted. I hand it back to Heather for the next item.
Okay, award number 4. This is a single source award to United Conveyor Supplier Company doing business as UCC Environmental. This is for the purchase of the NGS CFB N02 A2E2 fuel feeder replacement project. That's a mouthful. So the point of this award is to purchase the replacement drag conveyor from the OEM. A separate single source award for fuel drops was processed in January 19, 2023. This award for equipment includes 2 drag feeder train boxes and 14 conveyor section assemblies. And it's essentially to replace existing equipment.
Mhm.
And we're doing this as a single source because with this company because they were the original equipment manufacturer. Any questions on this one?
Is this going to be done by the end of September? I saw that the project completion date is in December, but the award for this year is the entire amount.
Hey,
want to make
hi,
sure
this
that-
is Rodney.
Yep.
Yes, the equipment, so this is for the actual equipment purchase, and the equipment is to be delivered by the end of the fiscal year. The overall project, the installation, which is being done by the GCs or a third party, will be done by the end of the year. So the project will go beyond, but the equipment purchase, the scope of this particular award will be done by the end of the fiscal year.
Got it. Thank you, Ron.
Thanks, Rodney. And just also to note that the award amount is 13.6% below our original estimate. So if there's no other questions, I'll pass it back to High for a vote.
Thank you, Heather. May I get a motion to approve award item number 4?
So moved.
Second,
Laura Fano, second.
a move by Laura Shepard, second by Joe Alfano. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. All those opposed? Motion is adopted. Hand it back to Heather for the next item.
Okay, award number 5. This was an invitation for bid, and we're awarding the contract to Ferraria, I'm not sure I'm saying that right, Ferraria Construction Company, Inc. for the Circuit 650 Underground 69 kV Reconductor Project in the amount of $2,598,942.06. We had 3 prime contractors attend the pre-bid meeting. At the bid opening, JEA received 1 bid. JEA reopened the bid for an additional 2 weeks and contacted other bidders. JEA found that one of the approved cable manufacturers had production issues, which did not give them enough time to find a replacement provider. A bid opening on January 24th, JEA received 3 bids. JEA disqualified Wilco Electrical due to not meeting the minimum qualifications. Ferraria Construction Company, Inc. is the lowest responsible bidder. And the award amount is 6.6% lower than the budget estimate and is deemed reasonable by procurement. Any questions or concerns on this one?
Hey, Jason or Daryl, my question for this one is opposite from the last one. I was surprised that there was no dollars awarded this year. So is it because of all materials delivery won't be here until next year, or is contractor not doing any work this year at all?
Hey, this is Rodney. Yeah, so the material orders and placements need to be done as soon as possible for long lead materials, but nothing will be here in this fiscal year.
Yeah, can you guys hear me? This is Jason.
There you go.
So cable lead times have increased substantially. I believe at the beginning of the project, it was 8 to 12 weeks. It increased to 36 weeks when one of the cable manufacturers, and that was from one of the cable manufacturers that ceased production. I think it was due to a safety issue on the production line. But now we're looking at cable lead times anywhere between 66, which is what Ferraria can provide, to 102 weeks. So basically cable lead times are really pushing these projects out, and also the budget.
Well, I didn't realize. Okay, so with the lead time, so essentially it's going to be at least a year before anything comes in. So they're not going to do anything, no general conditions, no mobilization, no site work until at least a year is what I'm hearing.
In the meantime, they will be there's some other submittals that they have to provide. So aside from a few submittals that we will review, they're not planning on invoicing us for anything.
Okay.
Okay, if there's no other questions, I'll pass it to High for a vote.
Okay, may I get a motion to approve award item number 5?
Ricky, so moved.
Second.
I've moved by Ricky, second.
Second.
Have a motion by Ricky and a second by Cindy Edgar. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion is adopted. And back to Heather for the next item.
Okay, award number 6 was deferred, so this is award number 7. This is a contract renewal for residential water meters for JEA inventory stock. We're asking an increase to both contracts with Badger Meter Inc. and Census US Inc. Badger, let's see, hold on. Where's the change orders? Okay, so for Badger, we're asking for an increase of $8,198,306.21, and for Census, $5,015,714.91. The request is to execute the 1-year renewal option, so we're also renewing it. So we're exercising a 1-year renewal option with Badger and Census. The decision is based on the continued success of both approved manufacturers in providing JEA residential meters. There's also been a considerable increase in volume, and requested funds for historic trends is due to a change-out program of an expected 128,000 units throughout the JEA territory, of which a majority will be completed in the first year. This change-out program is linked to the network upgrade for water meter services. During the proof of concept for the future network, it was identified that the aged assets and our infrastructure should be replaced at the same time as the network upgrade. And the original contract allowed for multiple contracts to be awarded to help prevent residential customers from experiencing any delay in services due to JEA not having the necessary meters to complete their work orders. So the award is for a 1-year contract renewal in the amounts that I mentioned above. Any questions or concerns on this one? Hearing none, I'll pass it back to High for a vote.
May I get a motion to approve award item number 7?
Joe Orfano, so moved.
Second,
Second.
I have a motion by Joe Alfano, a second by Ricky Erickson. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion is adopted. I hand it back to Heather for the next item.
Okay, award number 8. This is an award of a contract for construction service for the 6th Southside Boulevard intertie to Deerwood 3 Water Treatment Plant, Deerwood Water Treatment Plant Priority 1 project. The award is going to Sawcross Inc. in the amount of $1,592,800. The scope of work will connect the Deerwood 3 Water Treatment Plant to the new Southside Integrated Pipeline System, referred to as SIP, that will provide service to new developments in the South Water Grid. Let's see, we had 5 prime contractors attend the mandatory pre-bid meeting. At bid opening, JEA received 2 bids. Companies that did not submit bids stated workload commitments as the reason for not submitting a bid. Sawcross was determined to be the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. And the award is approximately 4.3% lower than the business estimate. Any questions on this one? Hearing none, I'll pass it back to High for a vote.
Thank you, Heather. May I get a motion to approve award item number 8?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
I have a motion by Cindy Edgar, a second by Laura Shepis. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion is adopted. I hand it back to Heather for the next item.
Okay, award number 9. This is an award for the licensing, implementation, and support of a website content experience management solution. The award is made to Optimizely, Inc. in the amount of $854,775. This will be a 3-year contract with 2 1-year renewals. The purpose of this is to seek, JEA was seeking a partner with a company to provide the licensing and implementation and support of a modern standard-based platform to manage and deploy contact for JEA digital assets, primary among them JEA.com website and mobile app, which is forthcoming. The solution will help JEA streamline day-to-day digital content management with intuitive workflows and content creation tools and ensure a positive customer service for any device or screen size. We had 3 companies attend the pre-response meeting. JEA received 3 responses. All were evaluated based on price, professional staff experience, past performance, and ability to meet the business requirements. JEA shortlisted all 3 of the companies. They all were allowed to submit their best and final offer. Optimizely solution was reviewed and approved as the lowest and best and the highest ranked for JEA for this project. Anything else to mention? That's all I have on that one. Any questions?
This is how I'm curious. Do the vendors know the scores after the original scoring before the BAFO?
That's a good question.
I can answer that, Heather. This is Nathan.
Okay, thank you.
No, they do not know the scores until we issue the intent to award, which is after the completion of any presentation and BAFO. The only thing they do know is that we shortlisted them to the next round. So they know that they're in the top 3, but they don't know the scores until the actual intent to award is issued at the very end of the process.
Thank you, Nathan.
There's a very small difference between the score of Optimus Elite, how you say that, and Liferay, but yet there's 70 grand difference in the overall bid. Is that significant?
Yeah, we noted in that the second paragraph, the background there, that Optimizely, they scored higher in every other category other than pricing. So there was a high quality factor with them. And if Jay or Maria want to comment on that as well,
Morning, everyone. I can just say when we did do these, when we looked at these three vendors, the one thing that stood out with Optimizely was the fact that we already do business with them. They are the holder of our Ectron maintenance agreement. So from a migration standpoint, we felt that that was additional value, that we'll have a positive migration experience. We have previous Ectron professionals who will assist with the implementation. So that's a big value add for us.
Sounds like it saves at least 2 months worth of very long WebEx meetings.
Yes, indeed.
What, I didn't check earlier, what was the weighting factor on the pricing in the scoring?
I missed that part of that question, Hi, but I believe if you scroll
What was
down,
the weighting factor on
Yeah.
the pricing?
on the pricing. Okay. Don't recall right offhand. Nick, do you recall offhand what the, I think,
Probably on the scoring sheet if you scroll down a little. I mean, I didn't check.
Yes. Yeah, if you scroll down, you'll see the documentation. It's 25 points to your question.
25%? Okay.
25 out of 100, yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
And typically pricing is ranked no lower than anything else. So pricing is never, with the other evaluation factors, it's either equal or higher.
Heather, it's Joe. I'm just curious as to why the scores went up so considerably between their original bids and the best and final offers. Is that unusual? Or I don't recall seeing that kind of a swing before.
that was
Nick?
also due to the presentations. And Nick, if you want to jump into, that was the presentation scoring was added to those original scores. So that's what you're seeing primarily.
Great. Thanks, Nathan.
And so do their payment terms require us to pay up front? I know that this is a 3-year contract, yet we are awarding the majority of the dollar amounts this year versus kind of splitting it amongst 3 years. Okay.
I would imagine a portion of that is the implementation fee.
And the JEA labor. No, that's not in this.
Oh, that's not in here. I'm sorry. Yeah, so we are going to cover year 1 support and the ability to utilize the new version of the application and training and everything that comes with implementing the version of the tool, as the one that we have existing is very.
Sorry.
I would assume there's milestones associated with the implementation. I don't think we're just going to strip a check for that initial
No,
amount.
we're not. We're going to work on detailed milestones for payments. That is
And that'll be
next.
included in the contract.
Yes, ma'am.
Majority of the upfront cost was for the implementation of the system and the licenses that are required for it.
Gotcha. Understand.
And the renewal years is more the annual maintenance going forward.
Yep. Okay.
Training.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If there's no other questions or concerns, I'll pass it to Hi for a vote.
Thank you, Heather. May I get a motion to approve award item number 9?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
I have a motion by Laura Shepis, a second by Cindy Edgar. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Um,
All those opposed? Motion is adopted. I hand it back to Heather for the next item.
Award number 10. Sorry, there's some background noise. Award number 10. This is an award for continuing services for bulk liquid sodium hypochlorite supply to JEA. The award is going to Allied Universal Corporation in the amount of $20,573,540. It will be a 5-year contract with 2 1-year renewals. 2 companies attended the mandatory pre-response meeting held in November. JEA only received 1 response, and that was Allied, which was deemed the highest and responsive and responsible bidder. Participation for the solicitation was encouraged through extending the response date, communicating the solicitation to approximately 30 suppliers, and following up with communications to suppliers that participated in previous solicitations. Potential bidders shared feedback on their decision to decline participating, citing lack of capacity due to closure of chlorine plants across the United States. The pricing will be $1.33 a gallon for this award, which represents a 53% increase over the current 86 cents a gallon we were paying previously. This is due to increased market demand for chlorine and reduced supplier base due to closure of chlorine facilities, as mentioned previously. Any questions or concerns on this one?
Just one, since several plants have closed and the price has shot up so much, will this be reviewed annually to see if this should be rebid at a future date in case production ramps back up?
That would probably be a good idea. Joe or Daryl, do you guys want to comment on that?
Yes, this is Joe Perez. We do have an opportunity to adjust for CPI increases, but all of our contracts have a termination for convenience clause. If we were to notice a significant price decrease, our approach would be to first approach Allied, renegotiate the price. If they were unwilling, we could certainly terminate and go to market again. It's uncertain what's going to happen with that market. It continues to trend up. But certainly answering the question, that's something we can do under the terms of the contract.
Thanks, Joe.
I just want to comment. We looked at it. For what's worth, yeah, there's a chance that prices will go down, but with increasing demand and limited supply because of the nature of the work and issues like transportation, we know about the threat of the railroad strikes that would have halted transportation and therefore production of chlorine. There's a lot of factors that will be pushing the price up over the next few years. We'd also like to note that JEA is getting the better price than most utilities. The only ones that are getting better price are the ones that are located near the manufacturing facility down in South Florida. And a note for the vendor, there was a lot of pressure last year, a few years ago, for Allied to give up JEA's allocation of sodium hypochlorite because a lot of utilities did not have enough sodium hypochlorite, and then DEP was pressuring Allied to give JEA's reserve to other folks, and Allied refused. They wanted to make sure that their relationship and their production for JEA remains, they're committed to that. So it's good. It's good to have a vendor like this working for JEA.
Thanks for that feedback. Any other comments or questions? If not, I'll pass it to High for a vote.
Okay, may I get a motion to approve award item number 10?
So
Joe
moved.
Orfano, so moved.
All right, Laura beat you, Joe. So I have a motion by Laura Shepherd, a second by Joe Orfano. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion is adopted. I hand it back to Heather for the next and final item.
Okay, final award, award number 11. This is an award of a contract for 211 wastewater replacement, class 142 3.5 cubic yard and class 143 16 cubic yard vacuum truck purchase. This is actually a contract we're piggybacking off a Sourcewell contract, which is a procurement conglomerate that bids things out on behalf of public agencies to get the best price. And the award is going to two vendors, Environmental Products Group, Inc., in the amount of $1,073,133, and then to VACCON, Inc., in the amount of $1,673,895. Let's see. So for the 3.5 cubic yard trucks, it was determined by the JEA team to be in JEA's best interest to purchase from Environmental Products Group, Inc. The trucks they offer were approximately $100K per unit, cheaper than the VACCON, and had similar functionality. And then the 6 vacuum trucks, so we're buying some from, I apologize, there's a lot here. Kenny, do you want to explain this one? Are you on? Maybe you can help me out here.
Yeah, we're just buying 2 from VACCON and 2 from EPG. So the smaller ones we're buying from EPG, they were considerably cheaper, had similar functionality, but considerably less than what VACCON is. The VACCONs, they're located here in Green Cove Springs. They were a little more expensive on the large 16 cubic yards, but given they're not that much more expensive, we worked with their sales team. They're going to add a lot of extra value-added functions, such as training for our teams and things along those lines. Plus, we believe that they're because they are a local entity. They have historically provided us with a lot more prompt service, better fleet uptime, things along those lines whenever we've had issues. So that's why we're fine with it being a little bit more expensive, just to have those extra value adds, plus just diversify our fleet. But with the EPGs, we are going to try and we have been able to leverage that purchase to try and get better responsiveness on the units that we already own from them. So these are 2 vendors that we've historically bought from. These are the 2 major players in that space.
Thanks, Kenny.
No problem.
Any questions from the committee?
Hey, Kenny, just a suggestion. I think the justifications are good for the higher cost for the 16 cubic yard trucks, but we can frame it in that, hey, this is the capital may be higher, but the life cost would be lower because of the added benefits of training and response and et cetera. All those can equate to some sort of cost savings, and you can probably put it in, a cost savings of X dollars over the years, which would be much higher than the $37,000 difference in capital.
Yes, I would agree that we believe that the total life expectancy for those units to outweigh that small nominal amount. We couldn't make that justification for the over $100,000 units on the small ones, and that's why we are splitting the award apart, and both of them are piggybacks. So both of these entities are contracted through the Sourcewell, so you could buy either path, but we've sort of picked it out that way. Thanks for the comment, Hi. That's all I got, Heather.
Okay, thanks. If there's no other questions or concerns, I'll pass it to High for a vote.
Thank you, Heather. May I get a motion to approve award item number 11?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
I have a motion by Laura Shepis, a second by Cindy Edgar. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion is adopted. The entire agenda is approved for February 2nd, 2023. Any other business to come before the awards committee? All right, seeing none, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
Thanks, High.